WAB is an IB PYP school, and as such we are committed to inquiry learning and student-directed learning. Working as a learning community has allowed us many freedoms. The ability to flexibly group our students has really impacted learning. Our teachers are able to team teach as well as to moderate assessment that's really built into the practice. We also have time embedded in our schedule, so they have time to really collaboratively plan and reflect. And I think you'll really see the difference.
WAB defines a learning community as an environment where all learners or all students are taught by the entire grade level of teachers. That means all home-based teachers, all learning support, and all EAL have a vested interest in every student's success and development.
Every teacher knows every child. I know what kind of ASAs they're in, I can have conversations with them, and it's a lot more of a cohesive group.
So as a group of teachers, we have planned out or sketched out a week of learning for the students and all of the groupings that the students will experience.
A day in the learning community starts off with that mentor meeting, and that is really, really key to set the tone of the day. It's a well-being check-in. We always have so much to talk about in our mentor meetings. Students get an opportunity to share and we greet each other. It's just a great starting point for the rest of the day. And during that day, before each lesson, we will have a slide up on our whiteboards to say, these are the children that are going where. So in math, it might be a group that they have chosen themselves to be in for a personal inquiry, and then they at least get that visual check-in like, oh yeah, I'm going to the green room today for math. So that happens throughout the day. That happens for math, it happens for unit, it happens for literacy or any inquiry group. There's a lot of flexibility, there's a lot of movement, but we're finding that students are really responsible. They're growing in responsibility over their belongings, they're growing in responsibility for checking in with people. They might check in with another student, like, are we together working on this project? Or, you know, to the teacher, they'll go to any teacher and just strike up a conversation with a question that they might have. It gives them a lot of opportunities and a lot of choice.
Another reason it benefits is that students have more opportunities to inquire into things that they want, and we give them that opportunity to have those more personal inquiries as there are more teachers to help facilitate that. One of the things that Stephen Barclay said is that don't let the timetable drive you, but let the students drive the learning. And I think in this sort of a community model, that is one of the things that you can really do. The setup of the community with the sliding doors has really helped the flow of the students as they move from one group to the next or one classroom from the next.
I would love to have known that my child had a learning community experience like this, that they would have walked down the hallway and there would have been 6 or 7 teachers who had input into their learning, to their report card, to their growth and development. It's so beautiful to have that vast perspective than just the perspective of one teacher. And I think that must make the children feel good and feel cared for, because there's an environment of teachers who know them and see them.
The grade 5 math community has come together this year. We have sessions where students have an opportunity to go work with other teachers as well as work within their home base.
So we self-direct what we want to learn. So you choose what we want to learn, and then you have to develop an understanding, and then you have to practice it after you understand what you're doing. And then you have to do a confirmation to make sure that what you're doing is correct. And if you're doing it wrong, then you have to go back to understanding. And if you're right, then you go to application, which is you can make a game, a board game, card game, or make a book, or just share with a friend.
Also involved in that is where students have an opportunity to teach sessions where they're going to be developing those understandings of other students and having those students make those connections and share those conversations as well.
So if your goal is like multiplication or division and there's a session outside, then you put your name there to know that, so the teachers also know that you're doing it.
They've implemented a systematic process, understand, practice, confirm, and apply. And in this process, students are setting goals to drive their learning. Reflection plays a key role in the learning process. It allows students to identify where they were, where they are, and where they need to go.
We went like the hard way to teach somebody, and we're helping them on their confirmation of learning. And I think that this confirmation of learning was probably like the funnest, but like also most challenging.